This is the more 40-70 Dodge Charger in the right-hand lane. Who's it going to be? Both cars pulling into the B's. It's ready to rock and roll here at Instant Green. Oh, it's all big block Dodge Charger at the top end of the track unless the Camaro can reel him in from the tower. It looks like, oh man, it is the Dodge Charger in the right-hand lane.
Derek heard what sounded like 2 shotgun blasts next to him. It was every racer's worst nightmare. The transmission locked up and the mangled drive shaft blew through the floor pan and entered the car. The yoke end punched a hole in the roof and the bent shaft hit Derek in the head. Fortunately, he was wearing a full-face helmet. Derek's driving skills paid off as he kept the car straight and managed to stop it without hitting the wall. The outside of the car looked fine, but the damage inside was almost unbelievable. The seized transmission ripped the bell housing apart and it was sitting upside down in the trans tunnel. At first glance, the giant hole torn in the floorboard grabs your attention, but when you look closer, you start to notice the blood. On the shifter, the steering wheel, the floor, and the seat. Derek was conscious, and as the EMTs attended to him, the pain in his arm soon grew to an almost unbearable level.
I don't mean to swear, guys.
Oh, you can swear, I don't care.
It's worth noting that Derek had more than the necessary safety gear, drive shaft loop, transmission blanket, a 10-point cage, etc. But that wasn't enough. We have to warn you, the next part isn't for the squeamish. Once at the hospital, the damage to Derek's arm became known. The doctors managed to save it, but it was shattered in several places. His elbow needed a skin graft and doctors installed all kinds of hardware. To date, he's had 8 surgeries and there may be more. As if this freak accident wasn't bad enough, Derek lost his wife and the mother of his child last year to cancer. Derek's got a long road ahead of him, but he's vowed to come back strong at next year's All-Out Live Lapeer event. His message to other racers, don't let this happen to you. He's installed 3/8-inch thick steel plates and 5 drive shaft loops in the Camaro. Derek Shaw, single father, working man, racer. We wish you the best in your recovery, and we salute you. We've started a GoFundMe for Derek. Any contribution is greatly appreciated.